Shah Aghlani lost mother was killed, and she was actually registered as a disabled person. So Shah has been very involved in the whole PEEPs and the regulations, the recommendations that were put in place after the phase 1. So Shah Aghlani.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I would like to emphasize what Shah has said about the way these are dealt by the government. Personally, I think not only Grenfell is our pain, but it's also a country's problem. In a way that you can see all the systematic failures that entangles the country. The problem of Grenfell is not the problems of families alone. It will affect every citizen in this country, because if the system is not addressed, the failures in the system is not addressed, it will come back to show itself in other forms. The system is kind of designed, in my experience, to fail. And when it does fail, there is no consequences for people in charge, if any. After years and years of uncovering the truth, then the people whose responsibility is our safety and our well-being, just at most they get away with it with a simple apology, which really doesn't mean anything when there is nothing to kind of back it up with in the real change that is required. This problem of unaccountability and incompetence among the elite is quite often, is dismissed or they turn a blind eye to it. They don't address it. We can see time and time again that people who are in charge and on their watch, disasters happen, have just walked away without any consequences. That is a problem that I think the country faces. From post office to Grenfell, you can see the sequence of failures, not only in management, but accountability, where the prosecutors are reluctant to prosecute, where the whole system is designed to prevent any serious accountability.
Can I just ask you, do you think that even after all the information came out in the inquiry about what the corporates knew and who knew what and when, do you think that it actually makes any difference? And then specifically, how do you feel about the fact that the products that caused the rapid spread of the fire are still being sold all around the world? They've not been taken off the market. How do you feel about that? Because with the sub-postmasters, one of the issues that's come up is that for just to continue doing business, continue getting contracts, I think £2 billion since the court decision, that they just carry on making money and the people carry on staying in their jobs, move from one chair to another. How do you feel about that? How does that make you feel as someone who suffered at the hands of that negligence?
Well, of course, these situations often, brings out anger and despair among people. The core problem lies with the prosecution system that is, as I said, reluctant to prosecute. And when they do prosecute, the penalties and repercussion for people involved is minimal. If we had a system in place to keep these corporations in check, just like they do in North America. They would not dare kind of turning a blind eye to a systematic failure that they kind of reside over. The checks and balances of the system just aren't there. You know, they can do whatever they like, and they know that they would get away with minimal fines or repercussion for themselves. You can see it whether it's in post office scandals, the management of the whole thing, you know, where it is. If you look at the way these things are handled, I think that's where the problem lies. There is no serious management that is honest, fair, and you know, objective. They manage the situation, and usually, if there is any fine, the fines are minimal, and they go on doing the same, you know, old thing. Even though with Grenfell, tremendous amount of information came up through inquiry, but they just you know, dismiss it. It does not get adopted by the government, so you know, lessons would be learned is out of the window. They just continue on as usual.